Hello students, welcome to Showed Up Sir classes. My name is Professor Himadri Datta. In today's lecture, we'll be covering a question from IES 2014 General Economics paper 1 and the section is B. So the question number is question number 6. So from section B, we'll be solving a question of number 6. Question number 6. So first I will read out the question so that it will be easier for you to understand what they are actually asking for. See, there are only two forms in the industry, form 1 and form 2. The market demand curve is given by one equation. There are two forms, form 1 and form 2. Now, market demand curve given by the equation P equals to 12 minus Q1 plus Q2. So this is the market demand equation given. The total cost function is given by Ci equals to 4Q1. Now where I equals to 1 and 2. If firm 1 acts as a leader and firm 2 as a follower, if firm 1 acts as a leader and firm 2 as a follower, so firm 1 is leader and firm 2 is follower, then what are the quantities that two firms will produce in equilibrium? So, and what profits will they earn? So they are asking for the equilibrium level of quantities. Now, and what will be the equilibrium level of profit with respect to this quantity and the respective price. So now what we have to do is, now to solve this question, what we have to do is, first, as we know, there is one firm which is firm 1 is a leader and firm 2 is a follower. So we have to find out the profit equation for firm 2 with backward induction. We have to find out the profit equation of firm 2 with help of backward induction process. Okay, so what we'll do is, first we'll write down the profit function of firm 2, which will be C equals to, you know the demand function, which is PQ2 minus CQ2. So you know this is the demand function. Here first what we'll do is, we'll write down the price which is given by 12 minus Q1 plus Q2. And Q2 is given here minus CQ2. Now if you solve this, we'll get it to be CQ2 is given by, the cost function is given by 4Q2. So we can write it that way. Now it will become 12Q2 minus Q1 minus Q2. This term will remain there and there will be a Q2 outside, and when it comes to CQ2 it will be 4Q2. Now similarly, now what we have to do is, we'll take this term on the left hand side, so we'll get it to be like this, 12, see this Q2 and Q2 gets cancelled out. So 12 minus Q1 minus Q2. This Q2 remains here. Minus 4Q2. This is the profit equation for firm 2. Now what we have to do is, we have to differentiate this profit equation with respect to Q. Now if you differentiate this with respect to Q, we'll get the value to be equals to 12 minus, you see, if you differentiate it with respect to Q2, we'll get this entire term minus 4. From here we can find the value of Q2 to be equals to 8 minus Q1 by 2. So we have found the value of Q2 to be equals to 8 minus Q1 by 2. Now we need this equation in order to find the value of Q1 by maximizing the profit function of firm 1. So I'll write down what our findings on the right hand side. So far we have found the value to be, equation to be Q2 equals to 8 minus Q1 by 2. Here what we have to do is, we have to write down the profit function of firm 1. Profit function of firm 1 will be like this: PQ1 minus CQ1. Now P is given by 12. P is given by 12 minus Q1 plus Q2 into Q, this Q1, minus CQ1. Similarly, if you proceed further this way, you will get the value to be 12 minus Q1 minus Q2, Q1 minus CQ1. Now you see, instead of Q2, we can put the value which we have found earlier by the process of backward induction. So we'll put the value here, 8 minus Q1 divided by 2, Q1 minus CQ1. So if we do continue to solve this equation, we'll get it to be like this. Now we'll take LCM. This will become 24 minus 2Q1. So you see 24 minus 2Q1 minus 8 plus Q1. And there will be a Q1 outside minus CQ1. Now instead of CQ1, we can write the value of C which is 4Q1. So similarly, we can proceed further with 16 minus Q1 by 2. From here we can get it, 24 minus 8 is 16, minus 2Q plus 1 is minus Q1 minus 4Q1. So similarly, if we proceed further, I'll rub this off so that I can rewrite it again. So far we have found it to be like this. Now if you differentiate this with respect to, this is the profit function of firm 1. If you differentiate this with respect to Q1, if you differentiate this profit function with respect to Q1, we'll get the value to be equals to 8 minus Q1 minus 4 to be equals to 0. Now from here we can find the value of Q1, which is Q1 star, the equilibrium level of value, to be equals to 4. Now we have to plot this value here on Q2 star level. So we'll get it to be 4 by 2, which is nothing but 2. So this is the equilibrium level of quantity for Q1. This is the equilibrium level of quantity for Q2. So I will put the value here. Our need for this equation is done. So I'll just write down our findings which we have found so far. Q1 star equals to 4, Q2 star equals to 2. Now we are asked to find the equilibrium level of profit. So first what we have to do is, we have to find the price. In order to find profit, first thing we have to do is, we have to find the price of these two firms. Now if you remember the price equation or the demand function, which was like this: 12 minus Q1 plus Q2 was the price function, was the demand function. Now instead of Q1, we'll put the value of Q1 star, which is the equilibrium level of Q1, and here Q2 star. Now we'll simply solve this, which will be 12 minus Q1 star. We have found it to be 4 plus 2. So we have found the value P to be equals to 6. That is P1. So the price level, we have found it to be 6. So we'll write down the equilibrium level of price level, which is nothing but 6. Now put these three values in the profit function for firm 1 and firm 2. Profit function for firm 1 is like this: P1 star Q1 star minus CQ star. Now we have found the value of P to be 6, Q1 star to be 4, cost to be 4Q1. So instead of Q1 we'll write 4. So from here we can find the value to be equals to 24 minus 16 to be equals to 8. Similarly, we can find the value of profit function for firm 2. How will we do it? We'll just change this thing. Instead of price is constant for both. Now quantity will be this. Quantity will be this. Profit function for firm 2, which will be P star. P star we have found it to be equals to 6 into Q2 star 2 minus cost is given by 4 into 2. So I found it to be 4. So our findings, final findings goes like this: 8 and 4. So far we would read the question to address whether we have actually given the correct answer or not. See, the question they have asked, what are the equilibrium quantities that two firms will produce in equilibrium? For that, see, as this, there is one firm which is leader and another firm is follower. For this, what we have to do is, first we have to take into account the method of backward induction. First we'll find the profit function for firm 2. From there we'll find the Q2 level, a Q with respect to that firm's production function. See, now we have to put that value into profit function for firm 1. If you put that value, you'll get the equilibrium level of quantity. From there you can find the equilibrium level of price, and from there you can find the profit function for these two firms. So in today's class we talked about section B to IAS 2014 General Economics paper 1, section B, question number 6. In the subsequent videos we'll continue our discussion with IAS 2014 paper. Like if you have any query or doubt or suggestion, I'll be giving you my number. You can WhatsApp me on this number, which is 9836 793076, or you can straightway go to our website, which is www.shourabsirclasses.com. There you will find a lot of other videos like this. You will also get study material for IAS exam. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day ahead.